here. One or two coming straight off really good indoor seasons. Others who've already had a few races running very, very fast as well. Might be hard to pick an outright favourite here. Although Tina Clayton has been watching her sister, Tia, her twin sister, already running incredibly quick. This is Delphine and Kanza of Belgium. Set PBs at 200 and 300 this year, not far off 100 personal best as well. The very, very good young Australian Tori Lewis, world under-20 champion, and just 21 now. Hasn't had the best of starts in 2026. Anya Del Pont, good to see her back, running well. Had a good start to her season. Already ran 11.11, one of her fastest times back home in Switzerland. John Smith is going to go in lane 4, indoor personal best, 7.03 in the semi-finals. Hit the world indoors, finished 5th in the final there. Talking about indoor performances, this was the champions, Anna Dosso of Italy. She went to bronze at the world indoors, a silver at the world indoors, and then finally getting the gold. Incredibly fast starter. Can she yet break 11 seconds? Has not done it so far in her career. Tina Clayton has, still only 21. As I said, the two twins, incredible, and they kind of seesaw, don't they? Tina's just a brilliant, brilliant athlete in her own right. Tia now running very well, has got one of the quickest times in the world this year. This is Lavanya Williams from Jamaica. They just keep producing more sprinters. Actually, the World Relays, we had 3 Williams in the Jamaican team: Brianna, Jordine and Lavanya, who went on the last leg. Then we got Mackenzie Long, perhaps a better 200-meter runner. We'll be going in the 200 later on, as a few of these athletes are. And then Van der Weken, bronze medalist at the World Indoor Championships behind Dosso. Again, a new national record for her, that shorter distance, but also yet to break 11 seconds outdoors. Bacon closest to the camera. All of them will think they've got a good chance here. A bit of an open 100 meters, perhaps Clayton the favorite just now. Silver medalist from the World Championships in Tokyo.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back again to the channel, your home for the biggest athletics stories, races, analysis, and the greatest sprint performances from all around the world. So guys, into today's video, we are looking at something truly special. If anyone still doubts Jamaica's ability to produce world-class sprinters, these races are the perfect answers for you guys. From the explosive speed of Tina Clayton to the incredible dominance of Shericka Jackson and the tactical brilliance of Nikisha Praise, Jamaica once again proved why it remains one of the greatest sprinting nations in history. These weren't just victories. They were statements to the rest of the athletics world that Jamaica women continues to set the standard in sprinting, guys. So guys, I want you to sit back, relax, and let's watch out this video until the end. Then I'll be back with more comments. And remember guys, if you are new here, don't forget to hit the subscription button, and also you can leave a comment. Now let's dive into the video.
Just need the crowd to quieten down a little bit. They're quite quiet at the start, but not elsewhere. Couple of twitches at the start, Smith in particular, but look at this. Tina Clayton's got out very, very quick indeed. Dosso has been completely left. It's going to be Clayton moving away from everybody else. This is going to be an easy win. Is it going to be quick? 10.85. Another excellent performance from Clayton. Was going to start as the favourite there, and she'll be pleased not only to have won, but she's just pipped the season's best of her twin sister as well by a few hundred. Personal best for. Yeah, she's a good starter as well. Left Dosso completely, really, and then just keeps going away from everybody there, Tim.
She does, yeah, 4th from left there. Sometimes when you see an athlete dominate the first 50 line, they get other blocks really well, they get run down, but she doesn't. She holds her form really well. Quite small, powerfully built, And that's a going away performance, Steve. Wow, 10.85, a season's best for the Jamaican. And it's the Jamaican 1-2-3 with Williams and Smith in second and third, but she wins by 1/10 of a second, which at that speed is probably just over a metre.
What a moment. What a night. What a final. This women's 200 metres could be utterly electric. Marie-José Tarlou, she's just helped Côte d'Ivoire make the final of the 4x1. Could she spring a surprise? She was fourth in the 100 and bitterly disappointed. Fantastic athlete.
In lane 9, the 100 metres gold medalist here in Budapest.
On the outside, Sha'Carri Richardson, gold medalist in the 100 metres in her favourite lane. Could she do it again? She might well need to run a lifetime best.
In lane 3, she's world ranked number 6 this year for Bahamas.
Antonique Strawn was a double World Junior Champion in 2012. It's taken her a long time to fulfil her potential, but she's had the best season of her career. And this, believe it or not, is her first individual global final since those World Juniors. Down to 22.15 this year, the Bahamian goes in 3.
In lane 8, the fastest in the world this year for US.
The fourth fastest woman in history. Gabby Thomas. Bronze 2 years ago, but she's even quicker this year. Can she do it against an all-star stellar lineup? She's a massive figure in American track and field, but it's a huge test. Dina Asher-Smith knows what it takes to win this title. She did so 4 years ago in Doha and got a bronze 12 months ago in Eugene. It's been a difficult season for Asher-Smith, but if anyone can rise to the occasion, it is the former champion.
She's world ranked number 5 for St. Lucia.
What a moment for St. Lucia. What a moment for Julian Alfred. Fifth in the 100 metres. She's a Commonwealth silver medalist, the fourth fastest in the world this year. Alfred for St. Lucia, bidding for their first medal.
2 times a major bronze medalist for Great Britain.
She made the Olympic final a couple of years ago over 100 metres. Daryl Nita is skipping her way into the 200 final. Full of running, full of confidence, and a massive PB for second in the second semi-final. She's now third on the British all-time list.
And finally in lane 6, the defending world champion for Jamaica.
Silver in the 100 metres. Is it going to be gold again for the defending champion, Shericka Jackson? Dan O'Brien next to me. This is just about the best lineup you could ever have for a 200 metre final. This is going to be huge.
Well, and there's so many storylines here. The Jamaicans absolutely ruled the sprints in Eugene last year. Sha'Carri Richardson foiled that again this season. But Shericka Jackson has absolutely looked the best of all these competitors here in the 200 meters. I'll tell you what, keep an eye on Gabby Thomas. She is an absolute star in the makings, and whether she wins gold here or not, she's going to be one of the favorites in Paris next year.
I promise I'm not exaggerating when I say you can almost feel everyone's pulses quicken. That is the sense of expectation here in Budapest. This could be so fast.
And Sha'Carri Richardson has nothing to lose. She just needs to relax.
Richardson, USA 9. Thomas, USA 8. Alfred, St. Lucia in 7. Jackson, defending champion, in 6, Jamaica. Daryl Nita, Great Britain 5. Asher-Smith, Great Britain 4. Strawn, Bahamas 3. Tarlou, Côte d'Ivoire in 2. It's been absolutely brilliant in Budapest this week, and it might be about to get even better. 4 athletes in this field have broken 22 seconds this season. In Jackson and Thomas, we have the second and fourth fastest women in history. And outside them, in her lucky lane 9, is the newly crowned 100-meter champion, brimming with confidence and belief. Whoever wins this may have to run very, very close to a 35-year-old world record to do so. This is the Women's 200-meter World Championship final. The ultimate final explodes into life. Jackson's going really well in the middle to go with her. But it's Shericka Jackson up here. Watch the clock. This is so fast. Richardson. It's the second fastest time ever run. And a mark of her confidence is that she looked fleetingly disappointed that she hadn't broken the world record. Thomas took the silver with 21.81 and Richardson the bronze. That was simply majestic. It was never in doubt. World record. That was stunning from Jackson.
Well, you look at her in the last 100 meters and she is so concentrating on her form and her technique, and she is an absolute metronome down the home straight all the way through the line. She doesn't need to dip. She knows she's running extremely fast, and I think she had more than just the 200-meter world championship on the line. She did want that world record.
You could tell in her eyes when she looked at the clock when she finished. Yes, she was pleased she won, but she knew that was fast. I thought for a whisker, just for a whisker, I thought she might have done it. It was ever so close.
Well, you've got to feel for Julian Alfred as well. Fourth place finish. She was fifth in the 100. Fourth place finish here. She's had a wonderful championship, but just overshadowed by just brilliant performances.
Looks like a spaceship landed, doesn't it, in the background there. It looks fabulous. I'm sure it will be when it's finished. Women's 100 meters, Deja Stevens goes in lane 1, the 30-year-old. Don't get to see her too often on the Diamond League circuit. Brie Rizzo, the Australian, and like the South Africans, already had a big season, equalled her personal best in Perth at the Australian Championships, where she finished third. And again, a couple of Americans we don't see loads of necessarily, but Cambria Sturgis is going to be in lane 3. Is in pretty good form, 10.98. That's her quickest for 3 years. That was in the States earlier this month. And then Celera Barnes had a great indoor season last year. She was actually third in the Diamond League in Doha at the beginning of last season, looking to get the Diamond League season off to a good start here. Won the national championships at 60 meters indoors, so no doubt Barnes will get out quickly. Not sure what to expect from Shericka Jackson, the great world champion. Not sure she's yet in the sort of form where we haven't seen her over 100 meters yet this season. As such, was second in the Diamond League in China over 200. And then Zoe Hobbs, we've got 3 or 4 people here who are at the World Indoors. Zoe Hobbs, one of them, the New Zealander, was 6th in the final there. Again, had a very good indoor season. Maya McCoy, well, she took a chance, won the kind of international race in Doha before the Diamond League. Then we had a withdrawal, and she had got to race twice there, and is in good form. It says Liberia. I'm told, I think that she's going to go back to running for the USA, or wants to. She accepted the chance to run for Liberia, but now wants to go back on that, getting close to 11 seconds. Now, Jaisha Sears, watch out for her. Again, another great indoor runner. Sadly, injury last year after running 10.77 early in the year meant that we didn't see the best of her for the rest of 24. And then Rani Rosius of Belgium in lane 9. So the quick starters, you've got Sears in 8. Can she turn that into a big 100 meters here? Zoe Hobbs gets out quickly as well. Barnes the same. What are we going to see from Shericka Jackson right in the middle? The biggest name in this 100 meters, but is she going to be quick enough at this stage of her season? And what about McCoy? New name on the circuit to many, and her chance to show what she can do in this sort of company. So Jackson right in the middle. In lane 5, Barnes and Sturgis are the two Americans in 4 and 3 next to her. Hobbs in the yellow, then McCoy, Jamaica'S, Sears and Rosius closest to the camera. Women's 100 metres. Oh, a really good start from Barnes, and Sturgis got away quickly as well, and these two with half a yard, although Barnes is beginning to go back. Jamaica'S Jackson coming through the middle. Jamaica'S Shears is going to be close as well. It's going to be tight on the line. Jackson might just get there. She does! McCoy storms through for second. Well, we said we weren't sure what to expect from Jamaica'S Jackson, and it's good to see. We want our big stars coming and running well. She doesn't look too happy, does she? But that was an emphatic win in the end. Not super quick. It's a warm evening here and a little breeze behind the sprinters. But 11.04, a good start for Jackson. 2-3 others got out of the blocks better, but by 50 metres she was certainly co-leading and then went on to take it, Tim.
Yeah, she did. I mean, actually a brilliant start, and you called it, from Celera Barnes. Look there in the headband, fourth from right. But it's almost like she just lost her rhythm there, and the power of Jamaica'S Jackson. She carried on accelerating. They hit their top speed at around 70 metres, these sprinters. She just holds her form there. Look at that really symmetrical, beautiful looking balance. And coming through strongly on the near side, McCoy in the all black does well there, just easing out Jamaica'S Shears, who takes a third spot, a season's best for her, the same as the winner, Jamaica'S Jackson. But yeah, Jamaica'S Jackson very, very sober, Steve. I think she probably knows full well that there's a bigger fish to be caught later in the season, much, much bigger fish.
I think she'll be pleased with that, whatever cool demeanour she's keeping. You know, there's some good people here running well, and for Jackson, 100 metres, this...
We've also got a fascinating men's 300 metres hurdles later, featuring Carsten Warholm and Alison dos Santos. But it is the women's 400 metres which gets the 2026 Diamond League season underway. So let's take you out to China and join your commentators, Chris Dennis and Hannah England.
Nikisha Price still holds the Jamaican national record at 48.57. She set that winning the London Diamond League back in 2024, another World Champs finalist last year. Sawa Nasser is on her season opener here. The 2019 World Champion took a brilliant bronze behind Sydney McLaughlin Lavrone and Marilady Paulino last summer. Aaliyah Butler of United States takes lane 5. She's the Olympic and World Champion in the 4x400. Very good individual athlete as well, 49.09 her best. Martina Weil of Chile had a wonderful 2025, setting 10 national records. She ended up missing the final at the World Championships by just 1/100th of a second. So that lifetime best, 49.72, is the national record for Chile. Stacey Ann Williams of Jamaica goes in lane 3. This is her first 400 of the season. She ran 49.59 last year at the World Championships. She's actually been dabbling in 800s, Williams, who's got down to 2:02. So I wonder if there's a bit of a shift for the Jamaican for this next stage of her career. Paris Peoples takes lane 2 in the United States. This is her 12th 400 of 2026. She has got 2 global golds in the last few months, though, indoors and at the World Relays. And the final athlete in lane 1 is Kanondra Davis of the United States. New lifetime best set in Nairobi at the Kipkeino Classic, one of the Continental Tour Gold events. That's 51.46. So all 9 lanes being put to use here in the women's 400 metres. Sawa Nasser, one of the fastest women of all time, highlights this field in lane 6. Meeting record currently 49.63 from Noveline Williams-Mills, all the way back in 2006. Nasser often starts fast in her season. Let's see what she's got today. Great to see the crowds coming here to And at the moment, Williams has pulled away from Gomez. But Aaliyah Butler being given the fastest through the fast halfway point here. Aaliyah Butler really asking questions here of Nasser as the stagger starts to unwind. Keep your eye on lane 6. Salwa Nasser and Aaliyah Butler inside in lane 5 with the yellow chest and the blue shorts. Run from Aaliyah Butler. I mentioned she's got relay gold medals, but she wants to be a fantastic individual performer as well. She's going to come under pressure here from Nikisha Price just in the closing meters. 49.75. That's a brilliant starting time for these athletes at this point in the season. And Nikisha Price so often goes tearing off and is then vulnerable in the last 100 meters. But here in 2026, I think the American has flipped her tactics and they've paid off here.
Well, what a race that was, and what a finish from Nikisha Price, who was just eating into Butler's lead metre by metre in the closing stages, and it was a photo finish. It didn't take long for the photo to come out with an official result. Price has been given it 49.75. The big surprise and disappointment really is Salwa Eid Nasser. We're just, as you mentioned in commentary, so used to seeing her start the season really with a flyer, and she was nowhere, well down the field. Butler, and that was the difference in the end. Picked off on the line.
It was so well judged from Nikisha Price, and I mentioned that she's supremely talented. Sub-49 athlete, made that final in Tokyo, but to have a different way of running that as well, from what I normally see from Nikisha Price, was interesting and was impressive. People forget about the tactics in 400. You have to pace yourself absolutely perfectly. And Aaliyah Butler, it was brave and she held on pretty well. But Nikisha Price, just with a superior finishing last 50 meters there to take the win by a tiny margin in the end, by just 300ths. A good third for Gomez as well, putting Cuba up on the top.
I've always told you that these races from Jamaica, they usually gives me goosebumps. The women's 100 meter is always one of the most exciting events in athletics. It is over in less than 11 seconds, but every movement matters a lot, guys. As the athletics walked onto the track, you could feel the excitement building inside the stadium. Every runner knew this was an opportunity to prove themselves against some of the fastest women in the world. The start called the athletics into their blocks. Silence filled the stadium, guys. Then the gun fired. Tina Clayton reacted brilliantly. Her start was almost perfect. She exploded from the blocks with confidence, immediately putting herself in a strong position. One thing that separates elite sprinters from everyone else is how quickly they reach top speed, and Tina did exactly that. By the halfway point, she had already established a slight lead, guys. Her running technique looked smooth and relaxed. Her knees lifted high, her arms stayed under control, and every stride carried her further away from the rest of the field. Many sprinters begin tightening up during the final meters, but Tina remained composed. She crossed the finish line fast in an outstanding 10.85 seconds, guys. Imagine that. This is a wonderful from Jamaica. This has been always very watching races from Jamaica. That wasn't just another victory, guys. It was another reminder that Jamaica continues producing some of the fastest women on earth. Tina Clayton represents the next generation of Jamaica sprinting. And guys, I've been telling you this. If you're running for Jamaica, you should always put this at the back of your mind. Once you step on those tracks, you are not running for yourself. You are running for the entire of Jamaica. So you must build a legacy that is going to be carried from one generation to the next, guys. And Tina Clayton represented the next generation of Jamaica sprinting very well. And the performances like this shows she's ready to compete with the very best. So guys, now let's also talk about one of the greatest performances in women is sprinting. That is the women's 200 meters world championship final, guys. The field you saw, it was really packed with world class athletes, and they were looking very confident once they stepped on those tracks. Let's talk about Shericka Jackson. We had Gabby Thomas. We have Sha'Carri Richardson, guys. Some of the biggest names in athletics were all chasing the gold. As soon as the race started, Shericka attacked the curve with incredible speed. Running at the bend efficiently is one of the hardest part of the 200 meters, but Shericka made it look effortless. Coming off the bend, she was already in control, guys. The final straight became a demonstration of power, confidence, while the other athletics were pushing with everything they had. Shericka simply looked stronger. Her strides remained long and powerful, guys. Her posture stayed perfect. She crossed the finish line comfortably ahead of the field. It wasn't just a gold medal, guys. It was one of the fastest times ever recorded by women, over 200 meters, guys. You should put that at the back of your mind. Performances like these don't happen by accident. They are built through years of discipline, sacrifice, and hard work. Shericka Jackson continues proving why she is one of the greatest sprinters of his generation. We had the Diamond League women's 100 meters. Shericka does it again. If anyone thought Shericka's world championship victory was one or a one-time performance, she quickly proved them wrong. In another elite Diamond League race, she once again faced some of the fastest women in the world. This was much closer during the early stages. Several athletes started strongly, but great champions know exactly when to make their moves, guys. During the final 50 meters, Shericka increased her speed while everyone else began slowing down. This is one of the greatest strengths. She doesn't panic. She trusts her techniques. She trusts her training. Step by step, she moved ahead until victory was her once again, guys. Winning consistently against world-class competition is what separates champions from ordinary athletics. Shericka continues showing exactly why she belongs amongst the greatest. Women's 400 meters, we had Nikisha Presa, a very tactical victory, guys. Unlike the explosive 100 meters, the 400 requires careful planning, guys. Run too fast and early, and you'll struggle in the final straight. Run too slowly and you leave yourself too much work, guys. Nikisha Praise understood exactly how to balance speed and endurance. She stayed calm during the opening half of the race. Some athletes rushed ahead early, and that is where they don't know that they were already losing, guys. So guys, but Nikisha, you saw her, she remained patient. As they entered the final bend, she began decreasing her pace. Then came the final straight. She could even see her determination. Every stride became stronger. She gradually closed the gap on Alia Buta with incredible strength, guys. Nikisha surged past her rival in the closing meters. She crossed the finish line fast in 49.75 seconds, guys. 49.75 seconds. Imagine that again, guys. That was not just about speed. It was about smart racing, confidence, and believing in herself until the very end. Jamaica's incredible sprint legacy has been always been carried from one generation to the next, guys. Many people thought the country's dominance might slow down after some of its biggest stars retire. Instead, another generation has stepped forward. We had Tina Clayton is showing she can become one of the next greater 100 meters champion. Also, not forgetting Shericka Jackson continues proving she is amongst the greatest female sprinters in history. We have Nikisha Praise. He is establishing herself as one of the world's best 400 runners. These athletics represent more than themselves. Every time they step onto the track wearing the Jamaican colors, they carry the hope of an entire nation. Their success inspires young athletes across Jamaica to dream bigger and work harder. That is why Jamaica remains one of the most respected countries in world athletics, guys. So guys, Tina Clayton delivered a brilliant 10.85 seconds victory in the 100 meters. Then we had Sharika Jackson reminded the world why she is one of the greatest sprinters of this era, with her dominant performances in both the 200 meters and the Diamond League 100 meters. We're not forgetting also Nikisha Praise showed intelligence, patience, and determination, guys, to claim victory in the 400 meters, guys. So these performances prove that Jamaica's future in athletics is just as bright as its legendary past, guys. So guys, if you enjoyed this video out, don't forget to hit the subscription button, and also you can comment, like, and share out my videos. Otherwise, thanks guys for always coming back. I'll see you in the next one.